Good afternoon, Facebook. It's 9 a.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. in the
It's
UK.
YouTube.
Anything goes with me and Fonz. Hello, Fonz.
Yeah, it's YouTube, not Facebook.
What? That's true. Hopefully, it's YouTube. Fingers crossed. Yes, good point. Good point. So to everybody on YouTube, hello. If you're watching the replay, then you're in for a treat because we have a quiz which will bamboozle you during today's program. And of course, we've got the pop quiz, the ever popular pop quiz.
Can't go without the pop quiz.
No, we
That's
can't. We
always it.
can't. I just need to actually find it, and hopefully I've got the right menu up. So now, last week we had 2 quizzes, so I'm going to go over to the quiz page, and which year shall we go with?
I'll let you pick a year.
Okay, how about we go with 1975?
It's in the middle. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, 1975, and this will get us off to a start. Now you can play along with us if you found us anywhere. You can play along and guess. Yeah, or not guess. You might know the answers to questions. So I'm just going to share my screen and share the pop quiz from the Chrome tab, and just say hello to Trivia Plaza, who supply this quiz. I suppose one day we should actually tell them.
Don't they know?
we do give full acknowledgement. Right, I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm going to turn Fonz's camera off so all you can see is the quiz screen. And we're going to press play and come up with the first question. Okay.
Here we go.
Question is, who had a hit with SOS? Was it David Bowie, ABBA, Eagles, or Casey and the Sunshine Band?
I was going to say AA, but they're not on there. But I will go with the one that's got double A in it. ABBA.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with ABBA too. I think that's reasonable. And we got off to a good start.
Let's started off easy, so.
Okay. Now, Lady Marmalade, LaBelle, ABBA we've just had, Bob Dylan, or 10cc?
Oh, I know this one.
Yeah, I know it too. I'm sure there's a different song which was about Marmalade as well. Well, no, I'm thinking about the group Marmalade.
Marmalade, yeah. Reflections of Your Life and
that's
Oba
it.
Di Oblada.
Classic songs.
Yeah. Probably that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Is it 10cc?
Right, let's go with 10cc. I
don't think it is.
It can't be ABBA. It's not Bob Dylan. LaBelle. No, it's the
LaBelle. Right, okay. Never heard of him.
Never mind.
Can you imagine Bob Dylan? The answer, my friend, is Marmalade.
Right.
Can never say goodbye.
Never can say goodbye. 10cc, John Denver, Gloria Gaynor, or LaBelle. We just had the Bell, so that's.
It's not John Denver.
You're going to go with John Denver?
No, it's not John Denver.
It's not John Denver.
It's Gloria Gaynor.
Gloria Gaynor. Okay. Yep. Spot on. And question number 4. Lying Eyes. Paul McCartney and Wings, Paul Simon, Eagles, or ABBA?
This one's easy.
I've got this playing through my brain at the moment, and I think I know who it is.
Yeah. Do you want to name it? I know who it is.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're going to go with the Eagle.
Hotel California, that group.
That's the one. Who had a hit with this song? Sister Golden-Air. Was it America, John Denver, Rod Stewart, or Paul McCartney and Wings? I haven't got a clue.
Damn, I'm flogging off a load of John Denver albums as well. I should have had them. Yeah, I should have had them here, and I could have checked, see if this song's on any of them. I'm sort of like going with John Denver.
Yeah, Take Me Home Country Road.
Yeah, Take Me Home Country. There's another song by him as well. Oh, Annie's song, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, definitely. So we're going to go country and western, and we're going to go John Denver. No!
Who is it? America. Wouldn't have guessed that one.
No. Right. Right. We might be able to get this one.
It's not John Denver.
No, it's not John Denver. Bruce Springsteen, John Denver, Joe Cocker, or ABBA?
This one's. I know this one.
Yeah, I know this one too. In fact, have you got this on DVD, CD, or
Probably got it on vinyl. I got the album with it,
all right,
and probably the single. It's old Brucey.
Okay, so we're going to go with Bruce Springsteen, and we're rescuing this slowly but surely. Right, now this is interesting. Bob Dylan. Sorry, Thank God I'm a Country Boy. Was it Bob Dylan, Aerosmith, John Denver, or Paul McCartney and Wings?
I can't imagine Aerosmith singing this.
No, they're not country, are they?
No, it's got to be John Denver.
Right, this time we're going to go with John Denver. Yep, we're correct. And question number 8. Tangled Up in Blue. Was it Queen, Bob Dylan,
No,
Gloria Gaynor, or John Denver? When we did the Gloria Gaynor song a few minutes ago, was that right or wrong? It was right.
That was right, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not her.
It could be her. It could be a trick. It could be her.
I don't know. I'm going to say I don't remember this ever being a Queen song.
No.
Dylan?
I don't know. I mean, I'm quite big on Dylan, and I can't remember this one.
Right. Okay. So who?
Unless it's one I've missed.
Was it?
Should we just go for Dylan? Go for Dylan. It might be one I've missed along the way.
Okay, well, this one's on me then. Yes.
I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, I don't remember the song, but Love Hurts. Was it Pink Floyd, The Bell, Nazareth, or America?
It was actually the Everly Brothers, but that's a different.
That was a different era, wasn't it? I mean, that would be
they sung it. I think they sung it originally. So did Roy Orbison at some point.
Yeah.
But they're not in here. It's one of these on here, and I know which one it is. It's not La Belle. It's not America.
It's not Floyd, is it?
What? Sorry?
It's not Pink Floyd.
No, definitely not Floyd. No, so it's Nazareth.
So by elimination, are we going to go with Nazareth?
Yeah, Nazareth. This is more of a slower version, like that sort of thing.
Okay, now
Supertramp singing Jive. Oh, can you imagine Joe Cocker singing? Talking.
Joe Cocker doing disco? No,
not Joe Cocker.
Not Joe Cocker. Aerosmith? No. I mean, it's from the film, isn't it?
Yeah, it's from Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah,
it's the GBs. The Bee Gees.
Okay. And we're right again. And we have scored. Oh, ooh.
We got good. We got a couple wrong, I think.
We did.
We got the average.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's take the quiz down off screen.
So that's not too bad.
There were a couple there that actually foxed us. And learn up to that. Our record's still good though.
Yeah.
We're still
we've never got all of them wrong.
No, we haven't. No, we're still batting 8 and above.
Yeah.
No, we've never got them all wrong.
When we stop dropping below 5, then that's when we start worrying.
Well, that's when we start to change the year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to over to YouTube. We're actually officially on YouTube now. You were right earlier.
we might be on Facebook at some point.
Well, it's basically well, true. Basically, we're waiting for scheduling to YouTube. Then it'd be a lot easier. Then we can promote in advance, and everything will work well. I've tested it out.
Yeah.
I know that it works. You can go and schedule on YouTube. You don't have a 10-minute cutout, so you can be 20 minutes late and still go live. You can be a day late and still go live.
Wow.
The other thing is that you can schedule.
Can you be like 10 years late and go live?
I don't know. I'll test that one, hopefully. We can schedule way in advance. So there's no 7-day limit. So if you've got a guest for your show in April or May or June, July, August, then you can actually schedule the show, give them the link, and they can promote it well before the event.
Can you actually program a whole series in there if you wanted to?
Oh yeah, you could program a full series.
So that's it. You can't, but you can do that with Facebook, but it gets a bit messy though, doesn't it, on Facebook?
Well, but Facebook, you'd have to do it in an event, and then you'd have to keep updating the event. Because you've got fixed links, then you could have 13 shows set up and say, right, okay, just go to this post and get this week's link.
And the good thing about YouTube as well, even though it's a live show, you can embed it on your website and you can broadcast it live.
That's true.
On your website.
Yeah, and
you can do it with Facebook as well, but Facebook doesn't look as good as what YouTube would.
No, it's not the same quality, is it?
No.
Right. Okay. Now we have a new feature this week. Would you like to talk about our new feature? Which I'm going to say nothing. So to you.
I know. Well, it's a little quiz for people. See if they can. Identify the right picture. So there's two choices from each thing. Which one's right and which one's wrong, and see how many they get right. I'm going to test you. You've had a look at them, and I've not told you the answers.
No, you didn't tell me the answer.
No. So we're going to go through all that again and see how many you get right and how many you get wrong, and see everybody who's probably watching later on. You will get the answers at the end, but probably pause the video while you're thinking about what it could be.
Okay, so let's bring the images up. I'm going to switch my camera off. I'm going to put you picture in picture that way around. And
there we go.
Number one.
But this is the Monopoly man, Mr. Moneybanks or something he's called. I think I might be wrong. Now, which one do you think's correct, with the monocle or without the monocle?
I think it's. I'm going to say that it's the one with the monocle, which is the accurate one.
Is that how you see him? Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I remember it.
Yeah. You'd be surprised to know that actually you're completely wrong. He's never had a monocle.
Has he not?
Never.
Oh. I'm shocked.
That's a bit of a shocker, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
He's never had a monocle. That doesn't sort of compete really, does it? You think first thing you think of Monopoly man is him with his monocle, his tash and his top hat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the one without the monocle.
Okay. Right. Well, that's a good start for me, but hopefully people watching the replay got it right first time. And we go on to the second image.
Now, which one do you think's right? Is it the one spelled SKETCHERS or SKECHERS?
Now, this is a current brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Makers of footwear.
Yeah. Fancy footwear. Comfortable footwear, isn't it? They come quite big, actually.
Expensive footwear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Potentially. I'm going to go from my last visit to the shoe shop, which was in Salisbury a couple of months ago, I'm going to go with the one with a T in it.
Right. Is that how you remember seeing it?
That's exactly how I remember seeing it. That's basically, recall says that's the one you saw in Salisbury.
You'll be surprised when I tell you that actually you're wrong. It's got no T in it.
This is tricky. Okay.
But that's how if you were shown that's somebody showed you that one, you identify it straight away. Is that really strange?
It is, because we all pronounce it Skechers as though there is a T there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Skechers.
Yeah.
CH is normally can be hard. So Skechers. No, the television advert says Skechers.
You have to watch it again. Double check. Google them up.
Okay.
Next one. Now, which one, with the basket or without the basket?
No, this is all right. Okay, so we've got the same fruits in both. I'm going to say that Fruit of the Loom, and one of my favourite T-shirt people, is I've gone for Plump for A before now. It's gone totally wrong, but I'm still going to go with B, second one, right-hand side one.
Which one's that, with or without basket?
That's without basket.
Without basket. You're right on that one.
Oh, wow.
But
Right,
you were
okay.
doubting it, though, wasn't you, at some point?
Oh, I was doubting it. Yeah.
But
Okay.
it is the one without the basket. Now, which one's right? Is it Looney Tunes, as in Tunes, or Tunes, as in Toons?
This is memory. This is going back a while. Warner Brothers, Looney Tunes, and it is Tunes, as we would say, or Tunes. It's the right-hand one,
Which
the
is
T-O-N-S.
the Toons.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going for? Is that what? No, I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong. Is that what you're
trying
going
to make me doubt myself. No, I'm going to go with the right-hand one.
Which one's that?
Toons.
Right. Okay, because it fits, doesn't it? It perfectly fits. Looney Tunes, as they're cartoons, and they're loony cartoons, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're wrong. It's actually Tunes.
Oh wow. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's see if I can do better on this one. Right.
Now which one is it? Does he have a black nose or a blue nose?
Right. Okay. First of all, this is Tony the
Tiger of Frosties. Great.
Indeed. I think, well, on the days when it was early days when it was in television, it would have been black and white, so I wouldn't have known then. But now I would say that his nose, basically, so he stands out, his nose is blue.
Right. Is that what you're going for? I can tell you that you are right on that one. That one is right.
Wow. Okay, but that was a fluke rather than anything. My reasons for deciding it were based purely on which would be more memorable.
Right, now here we go. Salt and vinegar. They're specifically Walker's brand. These are. So are the packets green or are the packets blue?
Right, now I've got a bone to pick with all crisp manufacturers because sometime in recent years they changed the colour, and salt and vinegar used to be blue, and cheese and onion were green, and everybody knew that. You could just pick up the packet and you knew where you were. Now if you pick up a green packet, you're more likely to get salt and vinegar. So I'm going to say the correct one is currently the green one.
Green.
Yeah.
You're correct for Walker's crisps, but every other crisps are green, are cheese and onion. They were never, for any other brand, they were never changed.
Right. Okay, apart from Morrison's.
Oh, and Morrison's, yeah.
Yeah.
But next one.
Okay.
Now, which one's correct? Is he completely is the guy out of Star Wars? He's either 3P, C2P, or XYZ thingy chippy. I don't know. What are they called? CP3PO or so? I don't know.
C3PO.
Yeah, that's the one. It shows you how much I've watched Star Wars.
That's okay.
And there's a funny little one as well, isn't there? But is he completely gold or does he have one silver leg?
Like you, I haven't seen all the Star Wars films. I saw the first three, but after that,
He's in the first three.
Yeah, it sort of lost interest, sort of, because the Star Trek rules. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say that he never had a silver leg, and it's the left one,
right?
Which is the correct one.
So completely gold.
Yeah, I'm saying completely gold.
Wrong. He had a silver leg.
Ah!
Oh, sorry about this. Hang on.
Okay. And we've got Fonz's phone in the background, and it's now off, so we're back.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Is there another one?
All right.
Which one's correct now? Is it Sex in the City or Sex and the City?
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to admit I did actually watch episodes of this one, so I do know that the name, as far as I remember it, and I've got to be careful here because I've misremembered so many things, is Sex in the City.
You're saying Sex in the City?
I am.
If I told you you're actually completely wrong, it's actually Sex and the City.
What? Oh, wow. Now, that is a total misremembering. That's a fail. Okay.
I think is there one more, I think?
Yeah, there's one more.
Now, this is from Moonraker. You've got an interesting story you can tell us a bit later on about Moonraker, but not that Moonraker. This is a character called Dolly, and she was the girlfriend of Jaws in Moonraker, the bloke with the big metal teeth. People can remember him. Now, at the end of the film, she smiles at him, and because he's got metal teeth, is she wearing braces or isn't she wearing braces?
I've got to say, I can't remember on this one, but I'm going to go with, for another reason than the guy she's playing opposite, that she has braces on her teeth in the film.
The answer is that she doesn't. Which sort of doesn't make sense, because the point of her smiling is she's shown her braces to his metal teeth.
Yes.
So a little bit shocked. If you go back, if you go back to the beginning of the photos, I don't know if you've still got them.
Yeah, I've still got them. Yeah.
It's like, I wouldn't feel bad about getting them wrong, because most people on this one will tell you, who did the test themselves, will say the monocle.
Yeah.
Move to the next one.
Okay.
Most people will say the T on this one. Ready for the next one. Most people would say the basket, so you've done a bit better. Nearly everybody says tunes, how you said it, with a double O.
Right, I'm feeling.
Most people on here would say the black nose.
So I got that one right though.
Yeah, and you got the Fruit of the Looms and the Looney Tune ones right as well. Most people on here, this is a 50-50 one. 50% of people will say blue. 50% of people will say that they remember Walker's. This is no other brand. Walker's salt vinegar crisps were blue, but they've never been blue. They've always been green. But 50% of people will swear blind that they are blue.
Yep. Yeah, and that's because they were.
They were never blue for Walker's.
All right. Okay.
They were never. It's always cheese and onions. Always been blue.
Right. Okay.
Even I, with this one, this is a good example of me. I had the Star Wars toys with all my brothers, and you get passed down to you. And I was playing. You play with like your older brothers or whoever's toys. And I remember Evan this toy, because he came apart. You could pull his arms and his legs off. And I clearly remember him being completely gold. Him completely being gold, and actually seeing pictures of him completely gold. But now apparently that's completely wrong. That actually he's got a silver leg. And most people would say that he never had a silver leg.
Well, me included. Me included. And the next one.
Nearly everybody will say Sex in the City.
Me included.
Yeah. There's only a small proportion of people will say Sex and the City.
And that one, I'm still not convinced on that one.
And it definitely is, trust me.
I totally.
Yeah, but you sort of completely don't understand why.
No.
It completely baffles you.
It does. It does. I mean, that's how I remembered it. So is it because we actually scan, read, and we see Sex, City, and logically we think in them makes more sense?
Well, what it is, there's different possibilities of what it could be. Now, one thing is our memories. We remember things in a certain way, and we misinterpret our memories. So, like you said, you remember it, you perceive it to be Sex in the City. So that's how you remember it. So when it comes up year or so in the future, you can't understand why it's called Sex and the City, because you've remembered it as Sex in the City. Sex and the City doesn't make sense anymore because you remembered it in that way. So, but there is a much bigger thing, the question of what it could be. Now, it's one of those paranormal things that I go on about, like unexplained things. The Mandela effect. It's a lot of people believe that things change in front of us, So some things, it was originally called Sex and the City, but something's changed, and now it's no longer called Sex and the City. It's called Sex and the City. So things have changed around us, and it got the name the Mandela effect because Nelson Mandela died in recent about 10 years, and 10, 20 years in the 2000s. I can't remember the exact date, but in the 2000s. But a lot of people honestly believe that he died in prison in the 1980s, and that's where the term the Mandela effect comes from.
Okay.
So it's either misunderstood or misinterpreted things that we've seen, or which your mind can do, or things have changed around us, and some of us remember, because not everybody, a lot of people will say, no, it definitely is Sex and the City, it's never Sex and the City. So a small percentage of people remember how it was, if that makes sense. It's like the James Bond film, I can swear blind she had braces.
Right.
There's nothing you can convince me otherwise. I remember watching that film, and she definitely had braces. Because it doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense. Why would she smile at him with his metal teeth, and like they focus on her teeth when there's no braces there?
Crazy. I mean, this is proving that we misremember things, and we make up our own stories.
Exactly. Yeah. Shows you. So it shows you. So what you think is real isn't always real. It could be like the mind. We make our own versions up, or somebody's screwing with history.
So our minds play tricks.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were still, even though I said that to you, you would still swear blind that the Monopoly man had a monocle, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You can't understand why he hasn't got a monocle.
Nope, I can't. So what that proves is that we misremember things.
Yeah.
Totally misremember things. And you go, that's why you should always write things down.
Yeah.
And do photographs.
But these are just a small example. There are so many others. It's like phrases that people do. Another one is and back to Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Did Darth Vader say, "Luke, I am"? Like he goes when he's hanging off the bit at the end.
Yeah.
I've even seen it on T-shirts. I've seen it on posters. It goes, "Luke, I am your father."
Yes.
That's how you remember it.
It did. It's been reinforced by years of.
But you watch it. He never said that. He goes, "No," or it's yes, one of the two. Yes, I am your father. He never says the word Luke.
Right. Okay.
So, do you know what I mean? But it's been reinforced, like you said, about merchandise. Even the guy who did the voice to Darth Vader remembers it as, because passed away now, I think. Even he remembers it as Luke, I am your father. And he's the one who said the words.
It's crazy.
So it makes you wonder, isn't it? You're going to go around and check things now. Like, was that the same? No, yeah, is that still the same? Yeah. But right. It is worrying how we perceive things and remember them.
Yeah, you got me thinking now. Right, we'll have to do that quiz again in a couple of months' time.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we'll have 50% of the people. That's another thing. We'll have 50% of the people watching thinking it's like yourself. It's mistaken memories, and 50% who say actually so strong believing that they was like me with the Jaws thing, the braces, strongly believing that actually it was like that. And it has changed. So it's crazy how the mind works, isn't it, really?
Oh, yeah.
And stores information.
It does. It stores information so that you can retrieve it later, but it's not always real stuff.
Yeah. And it's quite shocking when you realise that actually the information that is stored, it's like, no. Especially, I bet when you saw some of them, you're thinking, no.
Indeed. That's why I got so many wrong, because memory plays tricks. Truly.
But I'd like to know how many other people got correct and got wrong, and what they really think. Really be nice to get some good discussion, get going, what people really think, and be good to know actually more people to check it. Actually, how many people, just using as a Monopoly Man as an example, how many people remember him without a monocle?
Yep.
To how many people that do remember him, and that sort of thing on them. Be good to work out.
Yeah, we'll get feedback. Basically, after this show, we'll start promoting it, because we get far more views on the replay than we do on this YouTube. And we'll ask the question. We've got a viewer. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. If you are watching us live, thank you. If you're watching the replay, thank you. If you missed the quiz earlier, there have been 2 quizzes. There's been a pop quiz and a memory quiz. If you want, is that right? Would it
yeah,
be fair
it's
to quiz?
Yeah, it's well, it is a memory test. What do you remember? How do you remember these? Basically, it's a group of pictures, and how do you remember them?
Right. You are watching Fonz Chamberlain and Stephen Healey, and I'm just going to promote this on Facebook, see what happens. If I can, I'm just going over to Facebook, and won't be a second. This is live. We're looking forward to the day we can actually schedule these shows and be able to see them live. So that's it. That was quick. Posted to Facebook, and I can close that window now. Gives a bit more memory. Right. Okay. Now we're heading towards spring, which of course is going to be I Live Here season. Yeah. And that thought struck me the other day. We've got 2 people. One who runs the Deviser's Lens, which is a look back at devisers over the years. And every week he posts pictures taken from 1800s forward, all about devisers and when it was an army town and everything that's happened since. And the second person who may be of interest to us is our local drone man. Because
that'd be cool. Drone footage.
Right. So what I think is I'll have a word with Simon, the drone man, and the guy who does the devisers.
Definitely,
yeah. And then we can.
I was to say, I tried doing drone around. I brought a drone on the cheap off Wish. I wish I hadn't, because he got up and started going and got a nice bit of film, because it come through to your phone. You send a signal to your phone, so like, oh, this looks really cool. This would be like good to do. But suddenly it just lost all power and smashed into somebody's garden, hitting somebody in the back of the head. So that gave, and it was quite funny for me, not for them, because when I told them, I go, "You're all right." I bet you wish that ever happened. And they go, "Well, what's funny?" I go, "Is no matter, I got it off Wish. It's alone."
Oh dear. That's it. I mean, nowadays you've got to have a drone license.
Yeah, this was a little while ago.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't recommend buying it. I just thought I'd buy one to try it out. So you buy a cheapy one, and they make the pictures. What they show you in the pictures is nothing like what you actually get.
Be warned. Be warned.
It's called Wish because you wish it was like it says.
But I mean, Simon's done some brilliant videos all around devices in the area, from the canal through the town.
Yeah.
And it's great getting a bird's eye view of everything.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're doing roadworks over here, and somebody's been doing drones above the roadworks, and we're doing all the, and it's like said it's a bird's eye view of what it looks like from above.
I wonder if anybody does live drone feeds.
I think they must do. I mean, 24 hours of droning.
Not moaning, droning. Yeah, there must be somebody doing live drone feeds. Perhaps we could. That's another avenue we can explore. To get.
I'll tell you another thing that I've noticed on a YouTube. It was actually Jay Toxo who told me he does it. It's called urbexing or something. And what it is, old buildings that are now abandoned. They go around walking around them, like they ask permission first. Any building is locked up, then they don't touch. It's just like make sure that they got permission first and all that, and they walk around them. And it's sort of interesting because one was a hospital, and all the stuff that the video that I watched, all the beds were still laid out in the office. Everything was still laid out exactly how it was. And then another one was this old house, and in it they had all the books on the shelf, all the records laid out where they were playing on the record player, the TV sitting there, and everything exactly like. It was like looking at 1962 or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like, wow.
It's like it's been sealed.
Yeah.
It's a time capsule.
Yeah.
Big one.
I don't know if you remember the children's TV series Tots TV when they're in the middle of the forest.
No, but carry on.
Yeah, but they especially made this little cottage for Tots TV. It was in the middle of this woods somewhere. Okay. And of course, when the series, they stopped making it, they left a cottage there, and there's a video on YouTube of these people walking around the old cottage where it was.
Oh, wow.
So it's still there, but it's not in good shape, but it's still there. And I think there's another one of the old, because Coronation Street we see now is not the original. It's not the original. It's not even the original. And it's definitely not the original street. But the one before they moved it to where it is now, they've walked around inside of it, and actually the upstairs of the houses aren't really upstairs. They're offices for the production crew. Mm-hmm. So that's like really cool.
Yeah. It used to be, it was going to be called Florizel Street.
That's right.
It doesn't have the same ring as Coronation Street.
Yeah, I don't think it would have caught on.
No, it certainly wouldn't be going now.
But
I think in the 90s we did the studio tour, in the days when there was a studio tour before they moved.
Yeah.
And you've got to have your photograph taken in the Rover's Return.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Pulling having a pint with Jack Duckworth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All there.
Yeah. No, the other one interesting is in EastEnders, Albert Square. There are only frontage of houses. There's nothing at the backs of them. They're just the frontage. And I looking into it, and one of these videos that actually where it's built before it came Albert Square, it was used in TV series Auf Wiedersehen Pet. Did you ever?
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was actually the building site for Auf Wiedersehen Pet before it came Albert Square. So
that's yeah.
So it was part of Germany for a little while, then it came London.
That was a good series, that Auf Wiedersehen Pet. It required watching. Good acting, good storylines, set in Germany or in Salford, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, but the second series, they had the first two series, and then of course had a big break because one of them, Gary Holden in it, died of a drug overdose, which is quite sad. I think that's why they stopped it after the second series for a while.
Yeah, great series though.
And they make shows like that. The TV, the themes of them were brilliant as well. If I remember as a child that the theme music to it stood out.
Right now, what do you think of BritBox?
BritBox. Yeah, I've got BritBox. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the latest?
What on BritBox?
Yeah.
But I've only watched a few things on BritBox. It's the young ones.
Classic.
Bottom, which is basically the young ones, but
Without.
but growing up a bit, if you could say that. And Doctor Who, the classic series.
Right. Okay, so it's in your view, it's worth it.
Oh yeah. Because a lot of people are scrambling to it because of Doctor Who, and
Yes.
you can see why. But I scrambled to it because of Doctor Who, so I could watch the old episodes. But actually, I found, okay, I thought I'd have it for a little while, watch all the Doctor Who episodes, and then bye-bye, BritBox. But actually, no, there's loads of good programs on there. It's not just the BBC. You got 40 Towers on there. You've got Keeping Up Appearances, all them that I'll probably get round to watching another time. Some really Harry Enfield comedies and stuff like that. There's loads. There's documentaries on there, and I think there's even some Channel 5 programs on there as well, documentaries. So it is definitely worth it. I'm going to keep it to carry on. So when I've watched all the Doctor Who's, I'm going to watch all the other bit. Well, I've been watching the young one. Young ones is brilliant. So.
Right. I've been meaning to take a look, and now that you mentioned what's on there, I may well do so. I mean, most of the time, I think terrestrial television has had its day now, and we're all watching internet-based broadcasts. And Amazon, you've got a choice. You've got Amazon or Netflix. Which are you? Or are you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
My family's Netflix. My daughter.
We're Amazon. Perhaps we could actually hook up and watch both.
Yeah. Let's have a look. I'm looking on BritBox what they've got.
Okay.
So I'll give you an idea. Let's have a look. When it decides to come on. Right, here we go. So let's have a look. I'll tell you some of the comedies first that they got on there. They got Hello, Hello, French and Saunders, a bit of Fry and Laurie, Absolutely Fabulous, Are You Being Served, Benidorm, Birds of a Feather, Blackadder, Bottom Bread. What else they got? Dinner Ladies, Extras, 40 Towers. That's all French and Saunders. Gavin and Stacey, Goodness Gracious Me, Harry Enfield and Chums. Just Good Friends, Keeping Up Appearances, Little Britain, My Family, One Foot in the Grave, Only Fools and Horses, Open All Hours, Outnumbered, Red Dwarf, Rising Damp, Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, Still Open All Hours, Catherine Tate Show, The Fast Show, The Good Life, The Legal Gentleman, The Royal Family, The Vicar of Dibley, The Young Ones. What else they got? Victoria Wood, load of Victoria Wood stuff. Yes Minister, Yes Prime Minister, and that's just some of the comedies.
That's amazing, isn't it? I mean, there isn't a single name there that I didn't recognise, because that's what we used to do. We used to watch terrestrial television, and the quality of the British comedy is just incredible.
But I'll tell you some of the dramas. A Touch of Frost.
Yeah, classic.
Marble, Poirot. All Creatures Great and Small, Ashes to Acids. It's Ashes to Ashes, not acids. Band of Gold, Bleak House, Boys from the Black Staff, Bridesheads Revisited, Broadchurch, Scylla, Cleaning Up, Clocking Off, Cold Feet, Cold It's, Cracker. What else we got? DL and Pasco, Death in Paradise, Doc Martin, Doctor Who, Downton Abbey, EastEnders specials, Emmerdale specials, Father Brown, Ghost Boat, Goodbye Mr. Tom, Good Night Mr. Knox, Goodbye, Good Night, Grantchester. What else we got in here? Happy Valley, Hetty Wainthropp Investigates, House of Cards, Inspector Morse, Jane Eyre, Jonathan Creek.
Yeah.
And Lewis, Life on Mars. There's just loads. I could still keep going on. There's loads. Midsummer Murders. Different version of Miss Marple.
Right.
So it's just loads. Prime Suspect, Religion Place. What else we got? Sense and Sensibility. I could still keep going scrolling down. There's loads. I'll be here all day.
And again, remember all those. So definitely, I'm interested now. You piqued my interest.
But you get a month free as well.
Yeah, I'll try it. But the question is, when do we get time to watch all these things?
That's the. Well, I usually watch them when I usually before I go to bed. I lay in bed because you can watch it. I can watch it on my phone or a tablet. I lay there watching the classic episode. I've also got Chromecast, so I can cast it to the bedroom TV. So it's not. Just think, 10 years ago we never had none of that.
We didn't. No. Something that happened. Well, Ricky Arundel, who's been on I Live Here, who lives in the UK, as she's narrated a book for Audible. She knew the authors. The authors asked her to do the reading, and she did that. And all of that led to me. She said, "Well, would you like to listen to it and give a review?" So, what are friends for? So I'm listening to it at the moment. But all of that led to my thinking, well, I wonder what an auto-generated voice is like. And you compare Ricky's reading with the auto-generated ones, and it's night and day.
Yeah.
I mean, when Amazon says you can have this book on Audible and it's not narrated by a human being,
yeah,
then it's painful, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I found. Because you can get lots of people. You can get free ones online, and they're terrible. They are awful. Like, it doesn't put, like, carries on when it should have stopped. Like, took a breath, and it's like fitting words in it, then saying words the wrong way around. And one voice is saying one way, and another voice is saying another. But with Amazon, when you're reading the book and you're tired and you just want to hear it, I have had it on there, but it's still not the same as you can still tell it's not an actual person. That it's not human enough.
That's the thing is that there's no. If you're reading a sentence, you put yourself into it. The tones that you actually use. I mean, if you're reading in your mind, it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
You actually give voice to it, and you give meaning to it. Whereas where it's been transcribed and it's being read back, they're just reading the words.
Yeah, but that's what I find as well with them. Like, some words, the person who's saying them has said them some words with more emphasis than others. So you get, it was a cold, dark night, like that, and you think, whoa, why did they need to emphasize on that word? But it's the same way all the way through the book. It's because that's the way certain words that they've said, and they don't always fit in with what they're actually talking about at that moment, because there's no. Sometimes you need like a build up, and then the tension and all that in the voice. Like, it was, you don't get none of that.
No, that's true.
It's just generic.
So Ricky's sending me the link to the Audible book has turned me on to actually thinking, well, because I was listening to it and I had it in the background, and I thought that works well. So I'm trying out Audible now, and we'll be listening to books whilst I'm actually doing stuff. Which is good. I think it's good.
Oh yeah, it's good in respect if you don't get time to read it, that you can hear it while you're doing stuff, and you still take the information in. Because I do the same. If I want to do something, I got my tablet and I sit it down and have a listen. But mine are mostly generated stuff. So I download a book off Amazon, and get it, press play, and it plays it, and it just randomly. And if I want to remember something, I just write a note down as I'm going along. So,
do you listen to podcasts too?
Well, audio podcasts.
Yeah,
I did do, but I sort of like flitter in between things. So like because I got the tablet for Christmas. It's more like all these books now that I can read. So I'm onto that at the moment, but I probably will. I have listened to podcasts. I probably will again.
Yeah, I was talking to Matt last week, and he's just switched podcasting hosts, and he switched over to Podbean. So I'm going to have a look at that as well. I mean, the thing about doing your own podcast is setting aside the time, isn't it? And being consistent.
I'm one for audio as well. It's like storybook. Like ages ago, I used to get the cassette tapes of people telling stories that are on radio, like radio and old radio drama. I actually like listening to radio drama because with that, you haven't. Well, a lot of people go, "Well, it's just sound. You haven't got nothing really to enjoy." I said, "You don't in a book neither. You read the book and you make your imagination up." And I go, "It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same with audio. You're not restricted to a budget. You're not restricted to the producer's view, the set maker's view. You can see it how you want to see it, and that's why I like radio drama as well. Listening to radio drama because you can see it how you want to see it in your own mind."
True. The BBC Stereophonics Workshop.
Radiophonic.
Yeah, that close. I misremembered it. How did that happen?
Yeah, no, I know that because I tell you what they did in the early days was amazing. Cut up little bits of tape to make.
Yeah, because it was all tape and splicing then, wasn't it?
Yeah, and just like one pulsating sound that they'd cut up and then re-edit it and speed it up, then re-record it and slow it down.
Yeah.
And some of the sound effects they made, if you knew how they made them, like it's crazy.
It's your imagination interpreting the sound as what they want you to hear.
Exactly.
You don't visualize coconuts, do you?
No.
You just hear the horse's hooves.
Exactly. And it's the same with, I tell you, Doctor Who's a good example because the Yeti, now their roar was terrifying. And you don't know what it was. As far as you know, it's just a Yeti roar when you're a kid. And it does terrify you. But actually all it was a toilet being flushed slowed down. But it shows you what everyday things can be turned into things.
True. All right, talking of everyday things, we've Brexited now. Last March 2019, they got together, Wiltshire Radio got together a group of people in one studio and said, right, okay, because we were supposed to leave 29th of March last year, and Angelica was invited. She was in the studio live on Radio Wiltshire, and for an hour, they discussed the Brexit. In October, when we were supposed to leave, they got the same crew together. And again, Angelica was with the Brexiters and Remainers, and they went live on Radio Wiltshire for an hour. All is good. They decided last week, did Radio Wiltshire, they'd do a recording of, rather than doing the live hour, they get the people in the studio for an hour, 8 o'clock in the morning, don't know why, 8 o'clock in the morning for a recording. They recorded it all and said, right, okay, we're going to play that on Friday, okay? Recorded on Wednesday, played on Friday. So Angelica got up early, went to the studio, chatted for an hour, said everything, said it was great, fantastic. And then this is where editors come in, or producers, because that hour-long discussion became 6 minutes.
No.
Oh yeah, and Angelica was cut down to sort of 75 seconds.
Really?
She was not best pleased.
No, I wouldn't be either. But that's how media works. That is working in media myself. That's exactly how it works. Because I've been called to a radio show in the morning to do a bit on the breakfast show, talking about there, and they've completely cut me out. Like, no, something's happened. Sorry, ain't happening. Or you're on there, go, hi, it's Fonz here, and talk about this. So, Fonz, what are you talking about? Like, you say about 5 words. Okay, thanks, Fonz, and now it's on to the weather.
Yeah.
So, and that's how that media is like that, and it's the same. I did a bit for Anglia TV. They sat there for nearly 3 hours filming me. This is no joke. 3 hours filming me in the freezing cold, and I actually got soaked afterwards to appear on screen for about 20 seconds.
Yeah, they did. Well, it's not that they don't care. It's the producers' constraints. Yeah. I mean, on Friday night when we did actually Brexit, we went to a local pub in Pewsey, and we'd booked tables to have a meal, and sort of be together as people who are of like mind, until 11 o'clock when we actually left. And we were dining downstairs, and upstairs was a Brexit party. So you've got a Remain party downstairs and a Brexit party upstairs.
Yeah.
And at 11 o'clock, you could hear the noise from the Brexiters, and the Remain, we just said, life goes on.
Yeah.
But there was a reporter from Radio Wiltshire there, and she went around and she actually spoke to the Remainers, and I presume the Brexiters as well. And that went out recorded. So that sort of pulled it back a little bit.
Yeah, but that's where community radio really fits in more, because in the past you can fit in better discussions where bigger radio stations are set by rules to do their advertising. Like, they have to keep things short and sweet to please their advertisers, and put things at certain times, so the advertisers know that they're getting listeners. So there's no real body in radio anymore. This is where broadcasting like this comes in even better, like podcasting.
Yeah,
you could all those people could sit now for an hour and discuss it, and the whole hour can go out.
That's right.
But it's better. That's why a lot of people said, why have I slowly walked away from radio? It's not that the changing world. When I first got into radio, you could sit there and have a good discussion with somebody.
Yeah.
But it's all fast paced now.
It's bite-sized chunks.
Yeah. And you have to play music. Before I could sit in there and pick any song I wanted to play. But some of the stations just recently, we don't want that on there. This we've got to play. You got to play this because this is what our sponsor wants. And that's why I was saying about Cambridge Historian. That's another reason why I don't want, not because anything wrong with companies, but they're paying for advertising, so they're going to want to make sure that they're advertising what they're getting paid for gets seen. And I didn't want to follow those constraints, really, those confinements, like I did with radio. So that's why I don't like company advertising.
I agree with that. I'm all for freedom, and freedom is, of course, what we have today and what we've shown today. And it's over to you, Fonz, to close the show.
Yeah. So on the bombshell that the Monopoly man didn't have a monocle, and R2D2, or whatever his name is, CP30, had a silver leg, that's the end of the show. Hopefully there'll be no more shocking changes. Who I know? Friends is probably called haters next week.
So, bye from us. Bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap.